Hi, it's Mr. McQuay, and I'm just going to take and work through some of these problems on the rate, unit rate worksheet that the students should be working on. So this isn't hard, but where you're having trouble is just setting it up. What I recommend always doing your word ratio first. Do your word ratio. What are they asking? Okay, so let's just start. Now, how I would do this is I would not be watching this video if you have not tried this problem. So the best way to do this is look at the problem and then try it, and then if you get stuck, look at my explanation. And don't just keep watching. After that problem, pause and look at the next problem. You try it, and then if you get stuck, look at my video and keep doing that, pausing and moving forward, backing up. That's the best way to watch this video. All right, so let's do our word ratio. If 60 oranges cost $7.50, what does one orange cost? So we have money on top. Remember, we put money on top. Money always goes on top. And then whatever it is. So we have oranges. That's what we want to know what one cost. One orange costs. Okay, so what does one orange cost? That's our question. And so now we can set up our fraction. So I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to actually move that a little bit, though. I'm going to move that over. And so we want to know what one costs. One orange. And we have x. We don't know what x is. X is our variable. Now it's just fill in the blanks. Plug and play. So we need to put something here and here. So let's try. We have 750. 750 goes up here. And then how many oranges do we have? We have 60. Okay, so now this is where kids have a little trouble. How do we get x? Well, what we can do is we can take and ask, how do we go from 60 to 1? How do we get from 60 down to 1? Using division or multiplication. And we're going to use division. So how do we get to 1? We divide by 60. Because 60 divided by 60 equals 1. Remember our pizza? If I cut it up into 8 pieces and I eat all 8, how many pizzas did I eat? 1. I ate 1. 8 over 8 equals 1. Anything over itself equals 1. Anything divided by itself equals 1. So if I do it on the bottom, I got to do it on the top. Right? Share. So if you do it on the bottom, you got to do it on top. So the question is, what is x? Take 750 on your calculator. 750, I'm typing it in right now. $7.50 divided by 60. What do I get? I get x equals 0.125. What? What does that mean? 0.125. Well, what it means is that this is 12 cents. And then we have 5 thousandths. So we're going to use the 5. We're going to go to the hundredths. We're going to round to the hundredths. So we go to the hundredths, and then we go one pass to the thousandths and look at it. Does the 5 make my 2 go up, or should the 2 stay the same? Well, you know how to do this. 4 or less, let it rest. 5 or more, raise the score. So that's a 5. So let's go up 1. So that's 13 cents. So x equals 13 cents. So that's what one orange costs. You're fine.
Could you do that in my office? I'm sorry to ask, but...
Okay, so that's how that works. So one orange costs 13 cents. Let's do the next one. I'm gonna circle my 13 cents. All right, so let's make our word ratio. What's our word ratio? So we need a word ratio. The ratio of orange juice to pineapple juice. Oh yeah, this one's a little tricky, but let's keep doing this. The ratio of orange juice to pineapple juice in fruit punch is 4:3. Right there is our word ratio, orange juice to pineapple juice. So let's write that. Orange to pineapple. That's our word ratio, and this is juice. Okay, now what are they giving us? They're giving us 4 to 3. Keep it in the same order because orange is first, pineapple is second. 4 to 3. Okay, so 4 parts orange juice, you have to put 3 parts pineapple juice. Okay, so Jeff has 64 ounces of orange juice. Okay, so he's got 64 ounces, so we're going to make an equivalent fraction. So 64 ounces of orange juice. Where's orange juice? Oh, it's on top. 64. So this is orange. This is pineapple. Orange. Pineapple. And we don't know how much pineapple we need. Okay, so the question is, how do we get from 4 to 64? So we could times this by something. So you could look at your multiplication table and just go down until you see down the 4 column and see where it gets to 64. Or we could just take 64 and divide it by 4, and I'm doing that right now, and see what we get. Oh, we get 16. So if we take 4 times 16, it equals 64. Okay, so that's it. We need to figure out what do we have to do to this to get it to 64. Now we do the same on the bottom. 3 times 16. And you can use your calculator. You don't need to do this by hand anymore. We can use our calculator. 3 times 16. Plus, you don't make little mistakes. A lot of you guys make little mistakes when you try to do it by hand. All right, so 3 times 16 is 48. So x equals 48. Now, what does that mean? 48 what? Ounces of pineapple juice. That's what we need. So if we're going to make this and we have 64 ounces of orange juice, we need 48 ounces of pineapple juice. All right, try the next one. Pause this and try the next one. And start it when you're done. All right, so a drink recipe calls for 1 part lemonade, 3 parts orange juice, and 4 parts water. How much lemonade, orange juice, and water are needed to make 64 ounces of the drink using the recipe? Oh, this is a tougher one. Okay, so we need 1 part lemonade, 3 parts orange juice, and 4 parts water. How much lemonade, orange juice, and water are needed to make 64 fluid ounces of the drink? Okay, so this is still a ratio. So we have 1 part lemonade, 3 parts orange juice, and 4 parts water. Okay, so if I mix all these together, they would equal this drink that we're making. Okay, so let's see, how much do we have to mix together to make one drink? So 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 1 is 8 ounces. Well, 8 parts. Okay, and we could say a part is an ounce. So 8 ounces, and we want 64 ounces. So 8 times 8 is 64. So basically we're making 8 glasses of this. So let's just times this by 8, because that'll get us 8 glasses. So we're taking our ratio. This is still a ratio. We're just taking and timesing it by 8. All right, so 8 lemonade. And we have 24. 3 times 8 is 24 orange juice. And then we have 8 times 4 is 32 water. Okay, so how many ounces of each do we have? When you add these up, 8 plus 24 plus 32 is 64 ounces. So that's what we need. That's how many parts we need of each. Okay. All right, last one. Maylie is making brownies to serve at a family picnic. If the recipe calls for 2.5 cups of cocoa to serve 4 people, how many cups of cocoa will she need if there are 60 people at the picnic? All right. So, if she needs 2.5 cups to serve 4 people, so our ratio is cups of cocoa and over people. And so we have 2.5 cups of cocoa that serve 4 people. Okay. So how do we get down to 1? We want 1. How much is 1 person? So how much is 1? 1 person. Can't. My pen's acting funny there. And then we don't know this, x. So how do we get from 4 to 1? Divide by 4. Okay. And how do we go? I'm going to change the color here. How do we go down here? Divide by 4. So in your calculator, 2.5, well, that's 2.5 divided by 4 equals x equals 0.625. But that's for 1 person. So how many do we need for 6? Let's just keep that. And we're gonna take and times it by 6. So 265 times 60, because that's how many people we want to know for, and that's going to equal times 60, 37.5. 37.5 cups of cocoa. So that's our answer. Okay? So practice these, look at these, try to figure them out. There's more on the district website. If you go to the pi symbol at the lock and key and then go to 6th grade math, you can find this unit and find some more resources and videos and extra help. All right, on the back there is a challenge problem. I am not going to do that. I'm going to let you figure it out. It is a level 4, so it's optional, but it's kind of fun to try.